On this day, December 6th, a date inked into history with fire, blood, silence, and unforgettable change. While most people wake to an ordinary morning, history remembers December 6th as a day when nations collapsed. Cities vanished. Freedom was declared, and ideals were shattered forever. Let us go back to the beginning. In 1865, the American Civil War had finally ended. The land was wounded. Cities lay in ruin. Millions of lives had been broken in the name of power and ownership. And on December 6, 1865, the final signature was placed on the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution. 4 simple words reshaped a nation. Slavery was abolished. Millions of enslaved men, women, and children were finally, in law, no longer property. But freedom came with scars. Poverty, trauma, and hatred remained, and the long shadow of slavery would stretch far into the future. Still, history turned a page that day. But across the Atlantic, a darker page was about to be written. In 1907, Monongah, West Virginia. Before sunrise, hundreds of miners entered the earth for another long, suffocating shift in the coal mines. They never came back. A powerful underground explosion erupted through the tunnels, collapsing walls, sealing passages, and trapping families beneath the earth forever. More than 360 miners died. Fathers, sons, brothers, buried alive in silence. It remains the deadliest mining disaster in American history. And as families searched for bodies in the broken ground, fate was already preparing an even greater catastrophe to the north. December 6, 1917, Halifax, Canada. A massive ship loaded with explosives drifted into Halifax harbor. Another vessel crossed its path. They collided, and in an instant, the world erupted. A blinding flash, a thunderous shock wave, a fireball that vaporized everything in its path. Buildings collapsed, streets were torn open, windows shattered miles away. Nearly 2,000 people were killed, over 9,000 were injured, an entire city shattered in seconds. For years, it was the largest man-made explosion in human history. A reminder that sometimes the deadliest enemy is not a person, but a moment. But even as cities burned, history also witnessed birth instead of destruction. December 6, 1917, Finland. On the very same day as the Halifax disaster, another historic moment took place. Finland declared its independence from Russia. After centuries of control and oppression, a new nation was born. A people finally stood free on their own land. While one city was exploding, another country was finally breathing. That is the strange balance of December 6th. Death and freedom, destruction and rebirth. Then, in 1921, Ireland. For years, the Irish people had fought British rule. Streets echoed with gunfire. Families lived in fear. And on December 6th, the Anglo-Irish Treaty was signed in London. The Irish Free State was created. Ireland took its first real step toward full independence. But the victory came at a cost. The treaty divided the nation. Brother turned against brother, and the Irish Civil War soon followed. Once again, December 6th brought both hope and heartbreak. Then we moved to the 1960s, a time of love, music, rebellion, and chaos. December 6, 1969, Altamont Speedway, California. What was supposed to be a peaceful, free concert by the Rolling Stones turned into a nightmare. Violence broke out, drugs, chaos, weapons. A fan was stabbed to death in front of the stage. Many believe this moment symbolized the dark end of the 1960s hippie dream. The decade of peace ended in blood. And so, December 6th stands before us as a strange and powerful day in history, a day that ended slavery, destroyed cities, created nations, claimed thousands of lives, shattered dreams, and began new futures. A day that reminds us history is not written by dates. It is written by moments, and some moments never fade. So when December 6th comes again, remember, you are standing on a day that has seen freedom and fire, hope and horror, life and loss. This is December 6th, and this is history.